Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have something a little bit different for you. I wanted to talk about my internet friends. I'm sorry for the false lighting. I have been trying to film this all day, but I've been having problems with my memory card and it's taken this long to finally sort it out. So fingers crossed it actually works this time. If this is the video you're watching, then obviously it did work. Don't know why I said that. That's absolutely pointless. That's the obvious. Anyway, in no particular order, I'm just going to jump straight into it and start with Jess. Jess is probably the friend that I've known for the longest. I started talking to her in about 2012 and we first met in 2013. She's literally like my best friend, and we don't see each other all that often, but when we do, it's like we see each other every day. Like, we just get on so well. We think that we're literally like two people. No, well, obviously we're two people, Lauren, what a stupid thing to say. We're literally like one person split into two. We think the same things about everything. I can literally text her going, oh, did you think that about something? And she'll be like, yeah. Whereas with everyone else, they're like, no, you're just weird. Yeah, and also I've definitely got a lot to thank Jess for, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have started my YouTube channel. She definitely inspired me to start one. She helped me get the right camera. She just helped me with everything. Like, I'm really not very good with technology at all, but she hasn't judged me for it. She's just helped me, and I'm definitely really grateful. She's definitely helped me through some really tough times in my life as well, especially last October when I nearly lost my mum. Yeah, I'm not going to go too into that because emotional times, but yeah, yeah, I'm just really grateful to have her in my life. And yeah, that brings me on to Cheryl, who I met through Jess, and we are like, the three of us are like best friends basically, but obviously they see a lot more of each other, which is kind of hard because I don't feel left out, because obviously there's not much I can do. I live 4 hours away, like there's nothing I can do, but it's kind of upsetting when like they can see each other whenever they want and obviously I can't. But at the end of the day, it doesn't mean that they mean any less to me, or I'd like to think I don't mean any less to them, but obviously I'm not them, so I can't say. But like, the three of us just get on so well, and like I spent time with Cheryl on my own for the first time in December, and like it was fine. Like, both of us were really anxious because that's just how we are. Like, but the way that both of us have been treated by friends in our lives, we definitely felt very apprehensive about it, because Jess is always, like, both me and Cheryl are really quite shy and Jess is really outgoing. And she kind of, I'm not saying that it was awkward when we first met and it was the three of us, because it really wasn't awkward at all. Far from it, but I kind of wondered whether the conversation would flow as well as it perhaps would if Jess was there, because of how me and Cheryl both are. I did wonder, but it was fine. It was fine. It was literally like neither of us had any issues, and that to me says a lot for both of us because of how we are with people. So I mean, not that I didn't think this before, but after that I definitely knew that Cheryl was like, I was going to be friends with Cheryl for life. I mean, I knew that anyway, but that just kind of proved it, because I feel like when you've been through what me and Cheryl have and you connect with someone in the way that we did, you're going to be friends with that person for a long time. Like, yeah. I'm gonna stop now because it's getting really cheesy. But yeah, the next person is Louise. I met her at the Little Mix Christmas dinner in 2014. I went to that dinner on my own, and I walked into the restaurant where it was held, and I had to approach the other three winners, and they all had people with them. So there was like, I think there was 6, possibly 7 people at the table. And I felt so intimidated, but Louise, like, she was like, oh, you can sit down next to me, and Like, she was really happy. She like spoke to me, and knowing that I have anxiety and knowing that someone was able to make me feel as comfortable as Louise did, like, I was just so grateful for that, because I don't know how I would have survived otherwise. Like, I don't know how I managed to do it anyway. But yeah, like, she was just so welcoming and so, I mean, they all were. All three of the other winners were, but Louise was like the first one to kind of talk to me, so that was, yeah. And we've become really, really close. Like, she is literally like the big sister I've always wanted, and I feel like that says a lot. Like, we are that close. We consider each other sisters. Like, we've only been friends like 18 months, just over. That to me is insane, but a good insane, because how often do you find people like that? And like, we've only seen each other twice since the dinner, which we need to make out. We need to see each other more often, because that is ridiculous. But yeah, like, we have so much in common, not just Little Mix. And I really enjoy talking to her, because she gets my weird sense of humour. And like, as I said, we have a lot in common, so we have a lot to talk about, and I see her in 2 weeks and I'm so excited. So yeah. The next person that I'm going to talk about is Emma, and I met her in 2013. I met her in 2013 for the first time, but I think we started talking in 2012. I could be wrong. But we both had a fan account, and I just remember feeling so intimidated by her, because she was quite a popular fan account, and although she was really lovely to like everyone, because she was so popular, I definitely felt intimidated. And I remember I posted something and she commented on it, and I was like, wow, you think that about me? Really? You think that about me? And I was like, I always wanted to talk to her, but I always felt like, why would someone like that want to talk to me? And I don't really, it was just weird. Like, I don't know why I thought that. I guess, well, I kind of do know why I thought that. It's because of various things that have happened, but I was just so like pleasantly surprised with how nice she was, because, well, I don't know why, I just was. Even though I knew she was lovely, I didn't realise sometimes online people can pretend to be something they're not. I mean, she definitely didn't, but you just don't know, do you? She was really lovely, and like, although we stopped talking for like all of 2014 and about half of 2015, like, I feel like, and I'm sure she would as well, obviously I can't speak for her, but I feel like, we've kind of spoken about it before, I feel like it was the best thing that could have happened for our friendship, because we both went through some stuff. We were both not in a good place when we had, it wasn't really a fallout, it was just sort of, we just stopped talking, but it wasn't for a good reason. I can't even really remember, but it was just weird. And we just, like, yeah, but like now, like, we're just closer than ever. We've both grown up, we've both matured, we're both just better people, to be honest. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that we were like bad people, but we weren't the best versions of ourselves. I mean, I don't feel like I'm the best version of myself now, but I'm definitely a better version of myself than I was 2 years ago, for sure. Like, yeah, I mean, there are things that you can't be taught, you kind of have to learn yourself through experience, and I feel like that's what I've done. And although, like I said, we didn't talk for so long, it feels like I've known her all the time, like my whole life. And I feel like that is the sign of a good friend. The next two people, I'm going to talk about two people in one, because I know that I'm just going to say the same thing, so I might just as well tie them in together. Kaylee and Hannah, and I started talking to them again in around 2012, 2013, and I first met Hannah in 2013, and I first met Kaylee in 2015, but like, it kind of doesn't really matter. Like, I feel like I've known them both for a really long time, and for both of you, I definitely feel like I don't talk to you enough, and I know that there's a lot I can do about that, and I will try and change that. And I definitely don't see either of them as much as I want to, but I know that if I needed to talk to someone, I could talk to both of them, and I hope that they know that they can come to me. Even if we haven't spoken for a year, I will be there for them, because they're just really good people, and they just make me, they both just add positive things in my life. And like, just because I talk to them less than I talk to like Jess or Louise doesn't mean I think any less of them at all, because I really don't. I'm really grateful for both of you, and I really hope you know that, and like, I'm always here for you. The next person that I want to talk about is Amy. I first met her last May at a Little Mix event, and we were queuing up to meet the girls because the girls had surprised us at this event, and I didn't really talk to Amy, but she was in the queue behind me to meet them, and I sort of made a comment and she laughed, and then we sort of followed each other on Twitter, because obviously we were both at the same event, and we were like, oh yeah. And I mean, we didn't really talk much for like the first few months afterwards, but like, you know how like if you follow someone on Twitter and you see something that you like, you like it, or you reply to it. We kind of just had that kind of, it wasn't really a friendship, I suppose, but yeah, anyway, we got to know each other, and we one of us went through something earlier this year, and I feel like I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like that brought us closer together. It wasn't a positive thing that happened in terms of what happened, but I feel like for our friendship it was, because it got us talking more, and I feel like we wouldn't have met up a couple of weeks ago if that hadn't have happened. So in a way I'm kind of glad it did, because it's done wonders for our friendship, but at the same time I wish it didn't happen, because it wasn't the nicest of things to happen. But anyway, it did happen, and I'm glad that we met up, and I'm definitely not going to leave it a year until I see you again in person, because that's ridiculous. But yeah. The next person that I want to talk about is Yaz. Now, Yaz is also a Little Mix fan, and I met her earlier this year for the first time, but I've seen her at loads of events and stuff, because she is a regular at Little Mix events, and I remember being so intimidated by her, because through past experience with other fan bases, I definitely kind of prejudged her, because she met the girls a lot and stuff. I thought that she would think that she was better than everyone else, because based on past experiences, that is what happens. I was so wrong, and I'm so sorry that I judged you like that, because you are honestly like one of the nicest people I've ever met. She would do anything for anyone, and like, it doesn't, to her, like, she's not better than anyone else. And I'm just so glad that I have a friend like her in my life, because we have, like, our conversations are just the funniest. They just make me laugh. And we both have the same illness, or one of the same illnesses, and obviously I wish that neither of us had it, because it's not a pleasant illness. I'm glad that I have someone who understands, and yeah, I feel like I'm going to be friends with her for a long time. I'd like to think so. The next person that I'm going to talk about is Jordy. Now, I met her through a hobby, a craft hobby that I had, and we both found out that we both had chronic illnesses, and we added each other on Facebook, and she added me to a support group that she runs, and it was because, I mean, obviously she's suffered with these illnesses for a lot longer than I have, and it's kind of nice talking to her about them because she knows where like, not just about the illnesses, but like everything else that goes alongside it. I just feel like she knows so much about it. She does so much incredible work on so many different support groups and so many different things. Like, she is just incredible, and I'm so glad that I have her as a friend, and she's just amazing, honestly. I haven't met her yet. I was supposed to meet her a couple of weeks ago, but that didn't happen. But I will be meeting her soon. I'm going to make sure of it. And again, I definitely don't talk to her as much as I should, because, not that, well, I say I should. I don't feel like you have to talk to someone 24/7 to be good friends with them. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. But I definitely want to talk to her more. I'm so grateful for everything that you've done for me, for everything that you do for everyone else, like, with everything that you've been through and you've gone through, and I'm just so glad that you're in such a good place right now. It's so good to see, and I'm so happy for you, honestly. The next person that I want to talk about is Shayne. I met her in January, so really recently, and we met because we were in a YouTuber group chat on Twitter. I'm not in that group chat anymore for various reasons, but I still talk to Shayne a lot. We met up in March and went to a Little Mix concert and shopping, and it was really, like, because we hadn't spoken for very long, like literally 2 months by the time that I met up with her, I was really worried that it would be really awkward, but it wasn't. It was fine. And I feel like that is like the sign of a good friend and a good friendship, and like, we're kind of on the same wavelength, or at the same point in our lives with various things, and we definitely help each other a lot, and I'm just so grateful to have her in my life. The next person that I want to talk about is Jordan. She is in America, so I've not met her yet, but honestly, like, we don't talk very often. I feel like I've said that a lot, so I sound like a really bad friend, and I am. I definitely could talk to these people more, and I definitely will try. There's just not enough hours in the day. I mean, Netflix is pretty much all I do. But anyway, no, me and Jordan have been speaking for about 4 years, I'd say, and I don't know, like, she's done a lot for me, and I'm so grateful to have her. Like, we talk, we just have a lot in common, like, not just the first reason that we became friends, we have a lot in common as well as that, and it's nice to sort of have a friend that isn't in this country, because it's nice to, like, that's so, no, I don't, no, I know what, you know when you know what you want to say, but you can't mash the words together in your head properly? That's what's going on now. Like, she's just such a lovely person, and she's so beautiful as well, like, and I'm just so glad that, like, we got talking, and, like, we still talk, because it's so easy when you have, like, fan accounts or something to just stop talking to someone when you don't have that account anymore, but we still do, and I just love it. And I know that one day we are going to meet in America, in New York, and we're going to have the best time just shopping, because that is what we both want, and that would be amazing. And I cannot wait until you come to the UK and I can show you around London and everything else. And yeah, again, now I'm going to talk about 2 people, and that is Brandy and Tyler. We are all fans of various artists. We like a lot of the same artists, and they both live in America as well. And I very nearly met them in April, but I didn't for various reasons, and I'm a bit gutted about it. But it wasn't meant to happen then. That's how I see it. It's a shame that it didn't happen. It would have been amazing if it did. But if it was meant to be, it would have happened, and it obviously wasn't meant to happen then. But I know that we will meet one day. These two are... they've helped me through a lot. Like, I'm not like... they see things from a different perspective to me, and they help me realise things that I wasn't... that I never would have otherwise. And they've both helped me grow as people. Like, maybe it's because they're older than me and they've had more life experience. I don't know, and to be honest, I don't care. I'm just grateful that I have them as friends, and I promise you, whether I have to come to America or you come back to the UK, I will meet you. And I'm going to give you both the biggest hugs ever. The next person that I want to talk about is Lisa, my little French sister. I love her. We started talking in 2014, and she is just so cute. She's so supportive of everything I do. She always says, you can do it, or I believe in you, I love you, you can do it. And honestly, that is what I've needed. And because of her and her support, I've definitely done a lot of things that I wouldn't have done before. She has definitely been a massive encouragement in my YouTube, I'm not going to say career because it's not really a career, journey, my YouTube journey. I'm so grateful for her. And when I met her in March, honestly, it was like proper internet friendship goals. We saw each other and we just ran across the arena. It was amazing, and it was so nice to spend some time with you. I'm so grateful, and I know that we will see Little Mix together and we will meet them together, and it will be amazing. And je t'aime. The next person that I want to talk about is Denique. I really hope I said your name right, because I'll be really awkward if I haven't. She is my she's my friend from Holland, and not met her yet. We've not been talking for very long, but we've become quite close, and I feel like we're going to get on really well. Like, literally, as this video goes up, I will be in London meeting her for the first time, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Like, I'm so glad that we're friends, and I love talking to you, and I can't wait to meet you, although I will have met you by the time this video is out, so it was great to meet you. Yeah, I'm sure we'll meet again, and I'm sure we'll make lots of happy memories. And yeah, and last but not least, I want to talk about my 3 newest friends, Chelsea, Katie and Leah. Now, I only met these in June. It's July the 16th today, and I met them on June the 3rd at the Sidemen football charity match in Southampton, and they were sat next to us. I went with Jess, and like, I was in the weirdest mood that day. Like, I can't even explain. I don't know what was wrong with me. Like, if I wasn't me and I was looking at me, I would have thought I was high or something. I was in the weirdest mood. I think I was just happy to be at the house, because I don't go out very often, and it was just so nice that they didn't judge me. And I'm really sorry if I freaked you out. I wouldn't blame you if I did, because I freaked myself out. But I was just in such a good mood that day, and it was so nice to meet such lovely girls. And I hope we get to meet up soon at the Sidemen book tour. If they do one, they better. Yeah, I feel like, and I love how, like, if I'm feeling a bit down and I put a bit of a downer status, they'll all be like, oh no you're not. And just little things like that, they just mean a lot. And like, I feel like there's not really that much to say, because I've only known them a couple of months, but, well, not even that, I've known them like 6 weeks, but I feel like that's a sign that I just know that we're going to get on well. Because we were like non-stop talking and laughing, like we'd known each other for ages. And yeah, again, I'm really sorry if I freaked you out. God. But yeah, thank you for not judging me. Like, yeah, thanks. And I hope I see you all again really soon. So yeah, that was me talking about my amazing internet friends. If I didn't mention someone, then honestly I'm really sorry. It's not personal. I didn't make a list. I didn't write anything down. So I'm literally just thinking about it. It is 11:15 at night. I've been trying to do this all day and I am just so done. So done. And I am just so ready to go to sleep. But yeah, just if you weren't mentioned in this video, it doesn't mean that I don't love you, because I do. I'm really grateful for all of my friends. Internet or not, and just because we met on the internet or speak through the internet a lot, you are real life friends to me, whether we've met or not, and you always will be. And yeah, Jess, Shanice, Amy and Chelsea all have their own YouTube channels, so I will link them in the description box below, because you should check out all their channels, because I love them. Not just because they're my friends, but because their content because their content is actually really good. So yeah, I'll also leave my social media links in the description box as well, so we can come and be friends there, and then maybe you could feature in part 2 if I do a part 2. I don't know. Hope you really liked this video. Give it a like and subscribe, and I will see you next week with another video. Bye.